And welcome to my channel, Busy Bee Natural Remedies. I'm Karissa, and today I want to give you my weekly updates on the X39 patch, as well as the Alavida skin patch. So I have been on X39 now, I want to say 7 weeks. I think I might have missed my 6-week update, but I have to say, I'm still impressed. Am I seeing anything like, oh my gosh, this totally happened, or this, not as much as I was, but I have to say, the last few weeks I haven't done so great on keeping my immune system boosted and not eating junk food. For whatever reason, I just really wanted to eat junk food. So I still had the great energy. I still slept really well. I mean, aside from raising a brand new puppy. But aside from that, I slept really well. My skin is still doing great. So everything that LifeWave claims, which LifeWave does not claim to cure, diagnose, or treat any disease, the only things that they claim the X39 can do is improve your sleep, boost your energy, improve your skin, and decrease inflammation throughout your body. Okay? And I have seen all of those things. Like every week, I've seen those things. I can work out, I can do a bunch of things. I've done some things where I've gotten injured a little bit, and I've healed really quickly. The other day, I hit the corner of our counter really hard, to the point where I had to stop because I wanted to cry. And I thought to myself, that is going to bruise. I kid you not. It was a little tender, but there was never any bruise. No bruise ever showed up, and now it's completely fine. Typically, I bruise. In fact, I started bruising in my mid-30s all of a sudden. I just started getting bruises, and my husband's like, where did that come from? I'm like, I have no idea. So again, decreasing the inflammation within the body. That's proof right there. No bruising happened, which means, I was wearing X39 patch. My body kicked in. Again, these are organic crystals on this patch that reflect back our infrared heat into our body, and those crystals turn around and take that infrared heat, and it sends a signal to your brain to turn on the production of a specific copper peptide, which then turns on your body's healing, natural healing process. I am absolutely loving the patch. I have my husband on the patch. I'm starting to notice that his psoriasis is actually starting to improve. His snoring is almost non-existent at this point. In fact, he was going to go get a sleep test this week, but I told him, I said, to be honest, I haven't really heard you snore that much anymore. So I don't know. We're going to see. Maybe he'll still get a sleep test. Maybe he won't. I don't know. He's a lot more calm. So he's been on this patch the same amount of time I have. So six weeks, actually 7 weeks now. And mental clarity, definitely able to have a lot more clearer thoughts, able to multitask a lot better. Let's see, what else have I experienced? My skin has definitely improved. Now, I'm also started, I think this is week 3 for me, on their skin patch, which is Alavida. And I have definitely seen exponential improvements in my skin. So I used to have these really defined wrinkles right here on my neck, and those are pretty much gone. I used to have really defined creases right here by my eyes. Those are pretty much gone. I'm still working on some here on my forehead, but I imagine I just give it more time and it'll work. Also, they actually have a skin line, so they have a lotion and everything, and I'm this close to just going and buying that to see, because if the patch really does improve your skin like they claim it does, and I am seeing, I can only imagine that using their actual skin topical products, which are going to be all natural, because they are an all natural company. They don't use synthetics, they don't use chemicals, none of that. I can only imagine it's going to help my skin even more, and it's way cheaper than the organic, what's called face food that I was using, which was a couple hundreds of dollars a month to get their lotion. And I just I can't do that. I did it once, and I was like, I love it, but I can't do it again. It's just too much money, and this mom is still on a budget, even though sometimes I like to splurge and try things. So I'm no longer use that one. Their skincare products even have bundles, way more affordable. If you're someone who's looking to improve your skin, but just want to, gorge on junk food, I don't know. But this week I'm back on the wagon of nope, not going to buy a bunch of coffees buy a coffee every day and eat a bunch of ice cream and drink soda. No, I'm not doing that. I'm back onto, trying to get down to 1 coffee a week and try and pay attention to what I put in my body. And I kid you not, I'm already starting to see my body bounce back a lot quicker and think that things improve. So like I've said in my previous videos, yes, these patches really do work and do the things that they claim and then some, but it can only work as well as the building blocks that you give your body. So if you don't take care of your body, you don't pay attention to what you're putting in your body or on your body, these patches are only going to work as well as the building blocks you give them to work. Because again, the purpose of these patches is to use your body's own immune system and healing abilities. It's basically just boosting those. And so your body actually does the work itself. It's just giving you the catalyst that needs to, put those systems into gear. And so I can't say enough about it. Obviously, I love, what LifeWave does, because now I'm going to go and get their facial lotion. I also went ahead for my kids, because for me, it's their immune system that is the most important, okay? Because our kids, so I didn't want to keep doing the Extra 9 patch on them, because they don't need all of the benefits that Extra 9 gives them, but they do have a glutathione patch, which it boosts your body's own glutathione, which is our own antioxidant, natural antioxidant within the body, so it helps boost your body's immune system, is what it does. Same type of technology, so phototherapy, different type of crystals in this patch, takes our infrared heat. Because they're different crystals, it reflects it differently within the body, sends a different signal to the body, which then says turn on the glutathione or increase the glutathione, so that you're boosting your body's own immune system. Now, we still take our immune boost, which because of these patches, I've actually decreased it quite a bit. We now only do the morning complete and the fulvic humic acid. I would say out of my immune boost recipe, which used to include like 5 or 6 things, the 2 most important things that I would keep on is the fulvic humic acid, which is this one. I use Alpha Bios. You don't have to use this one. You can go find another one out there. This is a great one. It really does work. But there's some other ones that aren't quite so expensive that I've heard work really well. In fact, my friend is using one, I think it's bio something fulvic humic acid. I might look into that once we run out of the Alpha Bios one. But, I definitely see a difference. My kids, they're not getting the summer colds. I did have one kiddo who started to get a summer cold just as soon as he started daycare for the summer, because all these new kids came in. And then he's caught something, but I literally put that patch on him like a day and a half after I realized he was getting it. And within a day and a half later, he was already at the end of stages, just getting all the crud out, not prolonging anything. So I think his whole thing lasted 2 days, 3 days tops. And I changed nothing else on his diet, nothing else in him. I simply put the patch on him, kept doing our typical thing. And I didn't even give him like the extra immune boost, which I typically do, because I wanted to see like how good are these glutathione. And I gotta tell you, stuffy nose went away. Like I said, he was already in end stages of crud out. But apparently he lies. So I was pretty impressed, because this is definitely a mama's easy button. And to be honest, it's actually cheaper for me to just give them a patch, because with everything I used to be boosting their immune system with on a daily basis, which, don't get me wrong, works, okay? I boost my kids' immune system all year long. My kids hardly ever get sick. And when they did, they would pop out of it within a day or 2. My immune boost recipe, which I have in my book on my website, Guide to Boosting Your Child's Immune System, they work. And if you're new to the holistic side of things and you're not quite so sure about the patch, by all means, go try the natural remedies. They're in my book, or you can look some up yourself, because that's how I got started, right? I didn't jump on the patch right away. I've been doing through herbs and oils and things like that. I've been boosting our immune system through all of those types of things much longer than I've been on the patch. It's just, I feel like God led me to the patch. It's like, you've been looking for an easy mom button. This is an easy button, and it works, and it really does. So again, the Alavita skin patch, amazing. I can't say enough about it. I'm actually excited to try their lotion. It helps the skin even more. Can't really complain about anything I've seen so far. And if you want to learn more about the Extra 9 patch, or the Alavita, or the glutathione, or any of their other patches, because they do have other patches that help with stress and help with sleep and pain, you can go check out their site. I will have a link below that you can go click on to learn more about these patches I've talked about, and other patches if you're interested. And if you are interested in ordering, there will be a link below for you to order from. But again, I encourage everybody to do their own research. I understand that not everyone's just going to jump on this bandwagon right away. I did not. It took me a few months doing research, understanding where the technology come from, how old is this technology, and to be honest, this technology is a couple 100 years old. It's phototherapy. Phototherapy's been around for a long time, so when you think infrared therapy, that is phototherapy. It's no different. It's just the founder of LifeWave figured out certain crystals, how to structure crystals a certain way, and certain crystals a certain way, so that it reflects our infrared heat back into our body and sends certain signals to the brain to turn on mechanisms within our body to start any type of healing process, whatever that might be, whether it be for your skin, for your immune system, maybe hormone balancing for stress reasons and things like that. It's no different. When we have little sun up here in the north, people go do, phototherapy, red light therapy to help boost their mood because we're not getting enough, vitamin D. Same concept, only it's in a patch, and it uses your body's own infrared heat, which, if you don't believe me, that's what you see at night when you put on night vision goggles and you see the color coming off somebody. That's their infrared visible light coming off of us. We put it off 24/7. Again, encourage everyone to research. I hope this helps, and if you're interested, there will be links below. If you do like this content and want to hear more, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and follow me for more for holistic ways to raise your family happy and healthy at benaturalremedies.com.